I want to talk to you today about the Shopify payment gateway, or I want to do a quick comparative analysis about Stripe, Amazon Pay, and WorldPay from FIS. So here are the payment gateways I want you to pay attention to. I want to first start with Stripe. I mean, Stripe is a household name. I mean, Stripe Payments is really a powerful payment processor for online sales, but also offline sales. So the cool thing about Stripe is that it can accept dozens of payment methods and more than 135, 150 currencies. Okay, its open API and advanced developer tools allow you to create a checkout flow that feels custom, provided that you know how to use the tools and implement code. I mean, you got to have a certain knowledge of code to actually implement things if you were to go with Stripe. Okay, so when you think about Stripe payments, I want you to think about payment processing fees around 2.7% plus 5 cents in person and 2.9% plus 30 cents online. In other words, you have payments where the person was not there, okay? And there is no monthly fee. That's a good thing about the Stripe. You do not have any monthly fee to budget for, so that's really good. So let me quickly walk you through the pluses and minuses of Stripe this year. So the pluses: you have a flat rate, transparent pricing model, no setup cancellation or monthly fees. You have a tool that supports a wide variety of payment methods and currencies, and you have 24/7 customer support. So that's really good in terms of flexibility, in terms of your ability to contact somebody at their customer support, their customer service. That's really good. On the flip side, when you think about Stripe, actually, it may be very difficult to customize without software development expertise. That's what I was telling you a little earlier. You got to really have a certain knowledge, a certain acumen, if you will, in code, and you also have limited functionality for in-person businesses. So the thing is that if you analyze Stripe from a business model point of view, Stripe Payments is best for you if your business has customers around the world, because Stripe can accept payments in more than 135 to 150 currencies. If you make most of your sales online, and if you have a software developer team, or let's just say a software developer on your team. I mean, either you have a whole team or you have one person. That will be really, really cool to have a Stripe. So one thing I want to say is that when you think about the Stripe payments, it's important to really understand the developer side. But if you don't have a developer, it's possible to hire one as a freelancer. And Stripe has a directory of expert partners. That's how they call it, developers. So expert partners who can really help business owners such as you and me make the most of its developer tools like TopTal, which matches them with freelancer developers to customize a Stripe for their businesses. Or you can even try Square One software, which also assists with Stripe integration, okay? And the cool thing about the Stripe is that it is actually tailored to online sales and payments. By the way, you can also, I think I want to insist on that, you can use a Stripe also if you are doing offline brick and mortar sales, okay? But Stripe payment is primarily intended to help those online retailers and marketplaces. It supports selling and accepting payments across multiple online channels, including marketplaces such as Amazon, eBay, Etsy, e-commerce shops such as Shopify stores or BigCommerce stores or WooCommerce stores, as well as subscription model businesses. So if some of your sales happen in person, you'll need to actually make use of Stripe Terminal, an integration that enables you to accept actually card-present transactions. So if you are a brick and mortar retailer who does most or all of his or her transactions in person, then you likely want to choose a different processor. I mean, so what are the alternatives to Stripe payments here? Of course, you have a lot of them. You have a pretty competitive field, right? You have Square, for instance. You have PayPal, and so when you think about Square, what kind of a setup should you be thinking about? Well, Square is for in-person transactions, and Stripe is for online stores. Square offers several POS hardware options, including a free magnetic Stripe reader that users can plug into an iOS or Android phone. And Square also offers a tap to pay on iPhone, which lets merchants accept card payments using only a regular iPhone with the Square POS app. And so customers hold their cards on their own iPhone wallets near the merchant's phone to pay. So that's kind of cool. So through Square POS, you can also manage inventory and offer retail perks like gift cards. So this can really help you actually build your loyalty game up a notch. Okay, you can even build an online store through Square Online. What about PayPal? Well, PayPal is it's really good because if you are overwhelmed by Stripe's breadth of options and want a more straightforward solution, PayPal may be a great option. PayPal checkout offers a simple choice of copying and pasting a code into your website to accept payments. Okay, but of course, the more coding skills you have, the more you can customize the checkout flow. So that's kind of important. Now, I want to talk to you now about Amazon Pay. So, again, we are having a comparative analysis between Stripe, Amazon Pay, and WorldPay from FIS. So, when you think about Amazon Pay, I want you to think about an online payment processing service that lets Amazon customers use their account information to make purchases on other e commerce websites. And Shopify, BigCommerce, Adobe Commerce, formerly Magento, and numerous other e commerce providers integrate with Amazon Pay, and it also allows customers to make payments using Alexa powered devices. So that's kind of cool. So Amazon Pay is actually best for businesses that are primarily focused on online sales. So if you need support for a wider range of payment methods and want to accept in-person and keyed transactions, you want to consider competitors such as Square, Stripe, or PayPal. So what are the pros and cons here? What do you think about Amazon Pay? The pros first, you have easy checkout for customers with Amazon accounts. You have a platform that supports global customers and currencies. No setup or monthly fees. You pay only per transaction. And you also have a Alexa voice integration to place and track orders. On the flip side, basically there is a reserve policy, a set of delays payouts, especially for newer accounts. And there is no in-person payment support. And there is no volume discounts or custom packages. So this could be a little problematic, but hey, listen, it is what it is. And the processing rates, you have 2.9% plus 30 cents for web and mobile transactions. So you can see that this is a little more expensive than Stripe. And also you have extra 1% for cross-border transactions. And in terms of accepted payment methods, you have the whole 9 yards. You have Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, Diners Club, and JCB. And Amazon Pay integrates with e-commerce platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, and BigCommerce. It is actually it's important to really understand that you are able to integrate things a lot faster as well. And customer service is available through email, phone, and live chat support. So in terms of how does Amazon Pay really work, you have a pretty straightforward process. So to add Amazon Pay to your website, you'll need to have an Amazon seller account and embed a plugin or a code on your e-commerce platform. You can find links to set up materials for more than 20 partner e-commerce platforms on Amazon websites. Okay, so all you have to do, everything starts with you establishing an Amazon seller account, and then you have to select and configure Amazon Pay as a payment system in your e-commerce platform setting. You have to agree to payment and security policies from both Amazon Pay and your e-commerce platform. And so the process is pretty straightforward. You don't need to have coded knowledge to actually do this. You can do this on your own, not a problem. So one thing you need to really understand is that I think I've said this before, that of course with Amazon Pay, there are no setup fees. There are no monthly fees. There are no annual fees. There are no termination fees. There are even no hardware items to purchase. So it's just the cost that I just told you a little earlier that you have to pay 2.9% plus 30 cents for web and mobile transactions, and extra 1% for cross-border transactions, CBT. So if you process a refund, Amazon Pay refunds your percentage-based transaction fee, but keeps the 30 cents authorization fee. It charges $20 plus tax if you dispute a chargeback claim. So when you think about Amazon Pay, you have a lot of benefits. Okay, you have the fact that you have Amazon's global reach. That's pretty important to really consider. You have an Amazon purchase guarantee. So when you think about global reach, Amazon is one of the world's most valuable brands according to multiple experts. You also have the Amazon purchase guarantee, so customers can be confident that their payment details are secure and any issues with their purchases through non-Amazon merchants will be resolved with the Amazon Pay A to Z guarantee. And customer refunds are provided when packages are late, damaged, or not delivered. It also covers the customers who do not receive a refund or are charged more than they authorized. So what about some of the drawbacks here? Well, the thing is that when you think about, I think I said this a little earlier, but reserve policies can delay payouts, and you also have cost and integration limitations. So Amazon Pay doesn't offer volume discounts. So if you sell if you sell at high volumes with relatively low margins, you might be better off actually going with Stripe, because Stripe offers a volume-based pricing. So this is something to really think about, especially in the long run. This will help you save some cash here. So I want to talk to you now about the third player in today's conversation. We have a WorldPay from FIS, and here is a processor that's a little different. So WorldPay processes in-person and online payments for businesses in a range of industries. It can accept more than 300 payment methods, supports 126 currencies, and offers 24/7 phone support. However, WorldPay is not transparent about its pricing or plain details, which makes comparing it against the competition very difficult. So when you think about the pros and cons here, you have the pros. You have a player that accepts a wide variety of payment methods and currencies. You have hundreds of POS integrations, so POS point of sale integrations. You have 24/7 customer support. And on the flip side, you have a player that's not transparent at all. But the thing is that when you close your eyes and think about WorldPay, I want you to think about a merchant services provider for small businesses in the grocery, personal and professional services, retail, restaurant, and food services industries. And WorldPay is actually owned by Fidelity National Information Services, FIS, a global financial services provider, and is one of the largest payment processing companies in the US. Okay, so with WorldPay, you can process payments using standalone terminals, mobile terminals, smart terminals, point of sale systems, that is, e-commerce platforms, and payment gateways. And WorldPay sells third-party hardware and offers a virtual terminal called OmniFlex that actually lets you, as a business, accept card payments without hardware, whether online or in-store. So that's kind of cool, okay? You are really going to love the flexibility that you have here. So basically, let me give you a few. So in addition to credit card processing, WorldPay has other offerings which are also quote-based. You have OmniShield Assure, which is a security platform that helps protect businesses from data breaches and fraudulent transactions. You have WorldPay IQ. This analytics and reporting tool tracks payment processing data and lets you view sales data reports and payment processing history. You have StoreCard. StoreCard is actually a gift card implementation program that can be integrated with your POS system. And so WorldPay is actually great for your business if you want a customizable payments solution, if you don't want to use, let's say, a proprietary hardware, and if you have international reach, you will love the capabilities that WorldPay is actually bringing to the table here. So I want to talk to you about where WorldPay stands out. I mean, the cool thing is that if you have a player that allows you to accept a wide variety of payment methods, and currencies, I need to specify that. And WorldPay credit card processing services allow small businesses such as yours and mine to accept several payment types, including credit cards, debit cards. You have a digital and mobile wallet, such as Apple Pay or Google Pay. You have ACH transfers. You have gift cards, and this is kind of cool. And you also have hundreds of integrations through WorldPay. So WorldPay integrates with hundreds of POS systems, payment gateways, enterprise resource planning solutions, so ERP solutions, and e-commerce platforms. Although the WorldPay website doesn't offer a comprehensive list of integrations and technology partners, here are some of the available providers. You have Swap Simple, BigCommerce, Authorize.net, Adobe Commerce, PayPal, Oracle, and Janico. National Cash Register Code (NCR). So that's really good. You have 24/7 customer support, so that's really good. And because the thing is that you don't have this a lot, like you have 24 customer support. While many competitors offer some type of phone support, it's usually limited to working hours and or weekdays. WorldPay stands out for its around-the-clock phone support every day of the year. You have a 24/7, 365. There are different phone numbers for different types of support and teams too. They include e-commerce, merchant activation, technical support, and main customer service. Okay, that's really important. But one thing you just have to be aware when you actually work with WorldPay is that they're not transparent. Okay, in terms of pricing, they do not provide any kind of upfront pricing. You have to contact the company by phone, email, or online quote generator to get a quote based on your business's information. And although this practice may not be uncommon for large payment processors, this lack of transparent pricing can really make it difficult, when it comes to comparing and contrasting. But overall, you have a pretty solid sort of processor, and basically that competes in a very crowded field that sees the likes of HealthSim, for instance. You also have Square, you have Stripe, you have Amazon Pay, you have a lot of other players. So Stripe versus Amazon Pay versus WorldPay from FIS, which one should you go for? Before I answer that question, let me give you the choice here. When it comes to having a payment processor, it's important to understand that you got to really ask yourself what platform you're currently on, right? I mean, what kind of stores are you currently running? Are you running a Shopify store? Are you running a BigCommerce store? Are you running a WooCommerce store? Do you have a brick and mortar store, or are you selling primarily online? This will really help you out, really choose what kind of payment processor you have to go with, because you want your store to be integrated fully into the payment processor. For instance, if you have a Shopify store, you want the payment processor that you choose to integrate seamlessly with Shopify. Seamlessly means it can be natively or through a third-party API process or through a Zapier. Okay, and so you got to really ask yourself what kind of also payment methods you want to accept in your store. You have a lot of like credit cards. You have a lot of payment conduits like credit cards, debit cards, gift cards, or have you. So you have to really see what works for you, and you also want to make sure before you choose a payment provider, you have to ask yourself, especially on Shopify, for instance, you got to really activate Shopify Payments or PayPal, or find third-party payment providers to accept payments online from your customers. In other words, you always want to make sure that you are in sync with the specific platform on which you are selling or intend to sell. You also want to pay attention to how much the payment processor is charging, because usually, those payment processors charge you for online transaction, they charge you for keyed-in transactions, and they charge you also for other types of transactions. So it's really important to really pay attention also to that. And you also want to find out how long they will keep the funds before actually releasing them to you once a sale has been completed, because some payment processors like to keep businesses money, and this is not really something you want to have, because the last thing you want is to have somebody playing games with your hard-earned money. You actually have released the sale, you have released the product, you actually completed a sale, but you're not getting paid. Right away. So that's a little crazy. But hey, listen, it is what it is. So here's the selection here. So in today's conversation, Stripe versus Amazon Pay versus WorldPay, which one should you go for? Our choice is pretty simple. WorldPay from FIS is the best, because Stripe is kind of limited to online stores. Same thing for Amazon Pay, but WorldPay actually is a more sort of a complete player here. So our choice is WorldPay. So here's a closure here. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about Stripe versus Amazon Pay versus WorldPay from FIS. I spoke to you about the payment gateways, Stripe, Amazon, and WorldPay from FIS, the choice, the selection, and the closure. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.